Ty, hey, how's it going? Just kind of general preseason, that who's going to be available tonight? Is Marcus available tonight, and anybody who won't be?
Marcus is not available tonight, and as of right now, we haven't made our mind up. But I think for the most part, mostly everyone's playing. So we'll see when it happens.
Sorry, go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, sorry, Curtis. After Friday's game, Kawhi was talking about how he felt like this year there was going to be no playing around, talked about buying into a better culture. And I feel like through this last week, people have talked about not skipping any steps this year. Kind of what are you using preseason to, I guess, go over those steps, implement those steps that maybe were missed last year?
I just think, we started out the season this year at training camp. We had two-a-days, just getting the mindset of we're going to work. We're going to work on execution every single day. And we're going to take this serious. And guys have bought in so far, and we just want to keep it going. We don't want to be a 1 or 2 week, 3 week thing. We want it to be a long season. And we want to have these habits the whole season to continue to keep building on them. So when we get to the playoffs, we'll be up and running.
Okay, we'll move over to Justin Russo.
Hey, Ty, good to see you. I'm doing all right. How you doing? What percentage of the offensive playbook would you say is actually installed at this point in time, and how much further do you have to go for that?
We have a lot further to go. I think, right now we just have our early offensive stuff in, after makes and, stuff like that. But we'll continue to keep building. We had a great day yesterday. And today we're just going to, try to run some of the stuff we put in yesterday on the fly and see if guys are picking it up and, come back and have a film session and just continue to keep working on it. But like I said, it's a new system, it's new players, and everyone's just trying to get acclimated to one another. So I'm just going to take some time, but, guys are working towards it. That's why we had to have a few two-a-days, and just so we can, get up to speed and, just try to hit the season, hit the ground running when the season starts on the 22nd.
Okay, we'll move over to Joe Varden.
Oh,
Joe?
hope the mic doesn't work.
Hey, they're putting in a second driveway at your old house.
You said what?
They're putting in a second driveway at your old house. I thought you should know.
Yeah, well, it's big enough. They should.
I don't think you were asked this, and if you were, I apologize. But now that you've got a preseason game under your belt, was there anything that felt different or actually had changed for you from the last time that you were the head coach in a game?
Yeah, no fans. I think having no fans. I think just being on the sideline, Joe, I was very excited. Just happy to be back and, to be able to be in this position. So I was excited myself. I know, it felt like a rookie all over again, but just having an opportunity to be on the floor and in these tough times that we're going through right now and be able to coach the game I love and give me everything I have in my life. It was just an enjoyment to be on the sideline 2 days ago.
Okay, we'll move over to Miriam.
Hey, Ty. I'm okay. Are you hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Right on. Hey, so kind of piggybacking off of Joe, do you feel like are you swamped already in the preseason with all this going on? Like, you take care of yourself? Like, how does it feel? Are you just like, is it 100 miles an hour already?
No, physically I feel great, but as a coach, you always feel like you're behind because, you always want to add stuff, but you don't want to go too fast because, we got to make sure guys are picking it up, make sure guys are comfortable at all the different positions because we have guys who play multiple positions. So we just got to make sure, we continue to get it down, continue to keep working on it, make sure we're not moving too fast, or too slow. So we just got to find that balance, of doing that. So I think we will.
And how about you? Like, are you, do you get sleep or anything? Or is this like, are you like glued to film and all that?
I get sleep. Only time I didn't get sleep is when I had to deal with Joe and Jason Lloyd and McMenamin. But other than that, I've been great.
Okay, we'll move over to Farbot.
Hey, Ty, just a quick question. You running the same starting lineup from last game, or is there going to be any kind of new experimentation?
Same starting lineup.
Okay, we'll move over to BT.
Hello, Coach Lue.
What up, BT?
Hey, look, because of this preseason being where it is, only 3 games, is there any emphasis on winning games, or is the emphasis more on just getting better so when the season starts, you're kind of at where you want to be?
My emphasis is more so just make sure we're picking up our plays and our sets, and our defense, having our defensive foundation in, and be able to call plays on the fly. The guys going to be able to pick up. I think that's the most important thing. I mean, you always want to win games, but I think for us, we just have to be able to get on the same page. Guys getting familiar with one another, knowing what sets we're going to run, to be able to call them out, and guys be able to get to the right spot. So, like you said, with a shortened preseason, that's the main thing we're focusing on right now, is just trying to get our offense down and our defensive foundation. But, win is always important every time you step on the floor. But I think if we get our offense, our defense set, and our foundation, I think we will win games once we start the season.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions. We'll move over to Melissa.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Can you hear me? Hey, so I know it's early, but what have you seen so far from Paul George? Have you seen a difference in his approach and his demeanor and just sort of the way he's handling himself so far?
He's always been a pro, getting his work in, staying late. Now him and Kawhi have a routine that they do together. And, we went over the offense last year. He was always running full speed. We did sets, doing skeleton offense. He ran over full speed. So, he's just playing free, just playing the way he's capable of playing, So nothing really different. I just think he's excited about the season, as well as a lot of us are. Well, all of us are. And just ready to get going.
Okay, last question is going to go to Garrett.
Hey, Ty, I hope you're doing well. I know you talked a lot about Fee before the preseason started and kind of how he looked in camp. Wondering what stood out to you. Can you hear me okay?
You talking about who?
Fiondu Kabengele, sorry.
Okay.
Wondering what stood out to you about his performance in that first game.
I thought he was great, along with Daniel as well. But I thought Fee did a great job of, trying to take the challenge of guarding Trey, as was a tough guard on the block. And he really fought him. He was really physical. Then, running out setting screens at the 5, being a pick and pop, made some really good passes, as well. So I just think he's really, approached his training camp with a serious attitude. He's been great. And I think he's only continuing to get better and develop even more.